Tony Busby just got called out by a judge saying that he was doing unethical behavior in the Diddy cases. And honestly, this is not good news for Tony Busby. As you know, Tony Busby removed himself from all of the lawsuits that he filed in the Southern District of New York against Diddy. And at the time, he had one case left that he applied for pro hac biche, and then all of a sudden he applied to withdraw from this case also. And this is where the judge hits Tony Busby, saying that he has been doing unethical behavior in all of the Diddy cases. The judge says Anthony G. Buzbee has filed a motion to appear in this action pro hac biche. In response to the order of this court, Mr. Buzbee had previously improperly filed numerous actions in this court and scores of submission in this case and other cases using the ECF credentials of another attorney. And this means Tony Busby was filing all of these cases on another attorney's account instead of his own, and it's the co-counsel in all of these cases, which you're not allowed to do. He did this without even having applied for regular or pro hac biche admission in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. In the interim, Mr. Busby applied for the admission to the Southern District. However, as he now acknowledges, on February 13th of 2025, the Committee of Grievances of the court denied his belated application for regular admission on the basis that he appeared in the cases without seeking admission. Tony Busby then attached the order of the Grievance Committee to his pro hac biche application in this case, as the Grievance Committee ordered him and directed him to do so. Also accompanying the pro hac biche motion was an undated affidavit of an attorney that Mr. Busby calls local counsel, Agno Curtis, attesting that I am advised by Mr. Busby that he has never been censored, suspended, disbarred, denied admission, or readmission by any court. After Diddy filed an opposition to Tony Busby's application for pro hac biche admission in connection with this case, relying in part on the order of the Grievance Committee denying him admission to practice in the Southern District of New York, and Tony Busby's practice of filing cases and making submissions in cases without being admitted and otherwise failing to abide by the local rules of this court and ethical guidelines. Local counsel has now advised the court that the plaintiff's motion for Tony Busby to appear in this action pro hac biche is formally being withdrawn. As such, the motion for admission pro hac biche is denied as moot. So she's saying, since you want to withdraw this case, then we're denying your pro hac biche application. Tony Busby also submitted through local counsel a motion to withdraw his appearance as an attorney of the record until such time as he is admitted to practice in this honorable district. However, Tony Busby never filed an appearance in this action. Rather, as stated above, Tony Busby improperly filed and litigated this case using the ECF credentials of local counsel, whose apparent complicity in his improper conduct may be grounds for sanctions. Now, this judge is warning the co-counsel on all of these cases could face sanctions for letting Tony Busby file all of these cases under their accounts. The plaintiff counsel is on notice that further failure to comply with the procedural rules that govern this court and her ethical responsibilities will have grave consequences. She also denies Tony Busby's motion to withdraw because she's basically saying he was never technically ever on these cases because he filed them under this other attorney's account. And now that they're saying Tony Busby did all of this unethical behavior and the co-counsel let it happen and warned this co-counsel, like, if you do anything else, I am sanctioning you. Grave consequences. This is terrifying for all of the victims that they have filed these lawsuits for. As of right now, these cases will continue with this co-counsel, but the judge has warned this co-counsel, don't do anything else. And it appears that Tony Busby didn't even have to withdraw because he was improperly filing all of these lawsuits the whole time under these other attorneys' accounts, saying you don't need to withdraw from something that you didn't even properly submit in the first place. And honestly, guys, at this point, this is very, very messy. It was already really questionable the fact that Tony Busby didn't properly register for the Southern District of New York when he filed all these cases, but now to know that he didn't even file these cases on his account and he filed them on the account of the co-counsel is really, really weird. At this point, he was literally risking all of these people getting a chance to get their stories heard and possibly get some type of justice. If these cases all got thrown out because Tony Busby's unethical behavior, these people wouldn't have even been able to refile because the Gender Motivated Violence Act, where all of these people had filed under, is now expired. Believe now these judges are going to have their eyes peeled like a hawk over this co-counsel to make sure no more unethical behavior happens in all of these cases. It's not good, guys, and I just hope that these people that filed these lawsuits get a time and get their chance in court. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.